The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors, Amazon.com and tpublic.com. Listeners, beware. Coming straight from the Mouths of Madness, I'm one of the hosts of Lowdown. With me, as always, is...
F.U. Hunter. What's up, campers? Bitches? I was trying to think campers, and I was like, campers / bitches.
What's up, you unwanted bitches? That's
Yeah.
right, your parents sent you to summer camp.
Yeah, get on my hair.
So they can fuck on your bed while you're gone. Oh, that's nasty. Yeah. Child bed fuckers. Yeah. So, tonight, on the chopping block, it is going to be part 2 of the Fear Street trilogy on Netflix, and this is 1978. Now, this kind of hits home for any fan of the slasher film, because, I mean, it takes place at a summer camp in 1978, which, I mean, that might as well be like the precursor to 80s, the 80s summer slasher. I mean, you had fucking Friday the 13th Part 2, which came out in, what, 81?
Yeah. I was
Yeah, like, you've got Sleepaway Camp, you've got The Burning, you've got a whole slew of, like, the first 3 Friday the 13th, and then Part 6, which actually had kids.
Yeah. I was going to say, the first one has kids, sort of.
Sort of.
In the background.
Kind of.
See, Sleepaway Camp didn't fuck around. There's kids all over the place. Kid murders, too. I mean, like, yeah. Like, Friday the 13th's like, yeah, some shit goes down to the counselors. Sleepaway Camp stepped it up and said, we're going to take out a couple of the older, kids. Like, the counselors, and I think there's a couple of kids here or there.
Piranha took out a bunch of kids.
Yeah. But this movie, I will give this movie props. They don't hold back. They don't care what your age is. You're fucking going down.
Dude, Piranha killed like 20 kids.
That's true. Yeah.
Like the original.
Yeah.
We don't care about the ones in the remake. The original one was actually children.
But I'm just saying, this one, you get the, there's like 3, they gotta be like 10-year-olds. Just
They didn't go far enough as to show it.
They didn't show it. You can hear it.
I'm saying
but you
they
see
didn't
the
go
aftermath of it.
This is where they show aftermath. They understand we can't or we shouldn't show.
But
actual
there's
dead
no
children.
hope. In case you're like, well, maybe they got it. Nope. Body parts all over the place. So I'm just saying, you don't usually see 10-year-old arms and legs covered in gore, for the most part.
Yeah.
You usually avoid that.
Yep. And
because the counselors you expect.
Yes.
Look, and they stress there's several different counselors fucking in this. We all know they're dead. All right.
Yeah, there's 2.
Actually, wait a second.
2 sets.
I just realized probably the biggest kind of jerk off in this gets away.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that upsets me.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's kind of like Halloween 2018 again.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it. Speaking of Halloween 2018, the dude that gets killed on the fence is in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
And if there was a more obvious, you're fucking doomed motherfucker, it's that guy.
Yeah.
He just screams, I'm going to be a victim of a killer.
Yes.
And yeah, this movie makes sure that
But at least in this film, he was trying to do the right thing when he got killed. Versus in the 2018, he was being like a creep.
Yeah, he was being a jerk off. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, but that dude, if I see him in another horror movie, I'm like, all right, so you're dead, and he just has that face. You just want to stab or chop his head off. Yeah.
Or hang him from a fence.
Yeah.
One of the 2. So this film picks up pretty much directly after the events of the first one, where they've got Samantha tied up and Ziggy had just called them back. So they show up on her door. By the way, you see how fucked up she's been living her life too. Fucking everything on a timer.
Oh man, everything
Goddamn.
like has notes. It's like 11 p.m.
Who drinks bourbon for dinner with their mac and cheese? That's
someone that has 30 plus alarm clocks in their house to let them know stuff.
And are still kind of the days of not being cursed by Sarah Fear.
Which I thought
Holy
was fucking
shit.
awesome. You see on the calendar.
5,923
and she like has it
days.
written down like to the day.
Dude. So they show up at her door with Samantha, and then I guess they just leave Samantha tied up somewhere, and he tells a little story about when I was a kid.
No, they put her in the bathroom because the little brother's like, like she's in there. She should be fine. She won't get out. Like I know if she does, she can murder the fuck out of all of us. But we like it's really tight. So
It's fine. It's totally fine.
She'll be fine. She's not gonna murder anybody.
So and
they literally, there's no else to sit. She has a chair in the living room, so they have to sit on the floor. Mm-hmm. So it always turns into like, let me tell you a tale. But they're sitting on the floor because there is no option. She doesn't even have a couch. Yeah. She never has anybody at her house.
Nope. It's just her and her chair. And her dog, Major.
Yeah.
Which it's gonna be Scout or Major or Sarge.
Was it Major Tom though? I thought it was wink wink to Bowie.
Yeah, well, because there's a Bowie song in this.
Yeah. I do want to throw out that transition real quick. I thought it was pretty fucking awesome.
Yeah.
All right. At the beginning of the movie, it goes into Nirvana's covering. What's the name of the fucking song? Don't give me that look, motherfucker. God damn it. You know the name of the song, asshole.
Yeah, I do.
It's Bowie's cover from Unplugged. Mm-hmm. And then at the end of this movie, they play Bowie, the original. I thought that was a cool transition.
What song did they cover by Bowie?
The Man Who something.
Oh my God, dude.
Fuck you, asshole.
That's terrible.
I'm drawing a blank, motherfucker.
Man Who Sold the World.
Thank you.
Jesus,
I knew it had a man in it.
What's wrong with you?
But the transition was really cool.
I play trivia with you? Come on, man. It's Nirvana.
Yeah. I blanked,
anyway.
brother.
Yeah, that's true. So yeah, they young Ziggy is angry. It's played by Sadie Sink, so another Stranger Things alumni, alum, or whatever you want to call him. And she's basically being treated like a piece of shit.
Well, we get introduced.
She's from Shadyside.
She's being chased by
She's the same Shadyside, Sunnyvale, or whatever the fuck.
But they're like about to fucking attempt to kill her, it seemed like. Like, I thought it was playful. Like, you're a witch and we're going to do it. But then, like, they look like they're setting up to hang her, and they do fucking burn her for real.
Mm-hmm. Like, pretty fucking hardcore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, I can, like, they said they accused her of stealing money, but, like, we're not talking about, like, quick, like, they had Zippo underarm, like, burn the fuck out of her.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little more intense than just fucking
pretty
around.
Intense, yeah. So, basically, the story goes that her sister, her older sister, is like a goody two shoes. She's Miss Perfect, and she has this perfect boyfriend, Timothy is his name, I believe. Isn't that his name?
Tommy.
All right. So
Tommy Slater.
His name.
His last name. Tommy. Yeah. But he's a virgin. He's just like
And they're like, well, all right. So they're cleaning the outhouse. There's like a communal outhouse bathroom that all shits in the same place. We'll get to that later.
Yeah.
And there's like this red moss growing through the...
Which is weird. Like, yeah. And she gets on her shirt. She's like, it looks like it's just blood. I mean, what's it gets on your shirt?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, they got a red moss and the shitter problem.
But it kind of basically they spend time introducing you to like a lot of the characters. There's this other couple, they just get high and fuck all the time.
Yeah.
And because Ziggy got hurt, she goes to see the nurse, who there we find out is Nurse Lane. So it's Ruby Lane's mother.
Yeah.
The killer who... with the razor from the first one.
Which she goes into, starts, as she's like healing up, goes into like the whole thing about like, my daughter would have done this, the witch took control of her. It wasn't her, it was the witch.
And she completely believes that her daughter was cursed by Seraphir, and no one believed her, and she was trying to prove it. That's why later on, when the older sister and Tommy are in the cafeteria dining area, she's like convinced that Seraphir is going to curse. Like, I can't, like, I want to save you kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, she's not just...
Because she saw Tommy's name written on the stone.
Because that's the thing, is that this nurse, this mom, she didn't just sort of have an opinion. She's got her research fucking down. She's got, like, a book that has, like, everything...
Well, it's got a map around the property.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like she's pretty much working the camp just because of the property, which is... everything related to her fear is in that area.
And she doesn't want something else. She doesn't want what happened to her daughter to happen to somebody else. Yeah. So when Tommy's name showed up on the stone, she's like,
they brought up in the first movie, I forgot about that, the stone that literally all of a sudden just carved in as the person's name. And
it carved in Samantha's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when you first see it. You just see it at Samantha's name.
Yeah. But that's the indication of like, and the next person to murder the fuck out of some people is this person. And she sees Tommy's name.
That's what I'm saying. So she tries to go kill him, and of course it doesn't work out. He pushes her down and like knocks her the fuck out, and then he gets pushed back, but then they cart her away, and then he starts to feel woozy. Like, you see him starting to like zone out throughout the rest of the day. Like, they haven't captured the flag.
Well, it's the 70s. I guess they didn't really deal with concussions because he hits his head so hard that he touches the back of his head and there's blood.
They're probably like,
back in the day,
he's alive. She got knocked unconscious. So he's fine.
But that's what I'm saying. This is back in the day when it's like, oh, just walk it off. Like, maybe a trauma to the head or injury. I mean, literally hit it. Whatever. Just walk it off. Just put a Band-Aid on it. You're fine.
But did you catch the reference they gave you for this movie in the first one?
What do you mean?
So remember that they're babysitting and they need to drop off the twins?
Yeah.
That's Mrs. Lane.
No shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who they drop them off to. Yeah.
God damn it, I completely... No, I missed that. That's fucking cool.
So, well, if it's your only... I guess it helps that, like I said, I've seen them both. I've seen them both twice. Because I just remember I recognize the actress because she was in Ozark. She was the motel.
Yeah, she was the hotel, the original owner.
Yeah.
Now, I picked up on that. I was like, she looks familiar. Yeah, it's the main, the original owner of the restaurant from Ozark. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, like, this game, it's like capture the flag, but you capture other. It's Sunnyvale versus Shadyside.
Yeah, it's color something.
It's blue and red, and you capture the other people from the other team. You have to hold them captive till the end of the game or something. Whoever has the most win, because they have different like spots they're holding the kids at. Like,
it's a weird thing, but it's something they do every year.
But it takes the whole fucking night. So while they're off doing that, like I said, Tommy is starting to look weird. Like, he zoned out when he was giving his pep talk to his team, and he's just kind of off. And then, like,
which again, he could just say, "I smacked my head and it's bleeding. I might have concussion." People go, "Oh, okay," but he's just like, "No, I'm good. I'm good.
It's fine.
All right."
It's okay.
I mean, like, the movie we're watching, yes, he possessed, but very easily he could have suffered a head injury and then decided to murder people. It's kind of their fault because he kind of told you he suffered from it. So
fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like I hit my head.
I'm not saying that the whole camp is responsible, but they all turned a blind eye, didn't even offer to bandage that shit up. All right,
they did.
Yeah.
So now we're seeing they decide to go to the nurse's cabin to look at. Like, they find her, like, book of all those clues. Like, the history of Sarah Fear, the history of the town, where, again, it shows the murders up to 78 now. So, like, Ruby Lane was the last person, but then it shows everyone before that, like the boy with the bat, the milkman dude, all that.
Yeah,
and
that's
all the way,
the nurse has
all
done
this history about Sarah Fear. And there's this giant map of, like, all these different spots on the same. Because apparently, Camp Nightwing, which that is a reference to the book Lights Out. That's the only book to ever reference Camp Nightwing.
Oh, really?
But it is actually a camp in the book. But it's funny, it doesn't take place, like, the story of Lights Out isn't revolved really into what this main focus of this story is. Like, the main focus of the Part 2 movie is the underground tunnels.
Yeah.
And that's in reference to a Fear Street book called Trapped. So there's, like, those are the two, like, main, and then, again, anything to do with Sarah Fear is going to encompass these...
Yeah.
I mean, it's Sarah, because she's the main focus as the evil, right? But those are like the two big books where the story came from. The name of it, because like that is literally the only book to mention Camp Nightwing. And you think that it would have taken its story from that.
Yeah.
But no.
I guess they just combined it and...
Yeah, they combined it. Like I said, everything with the series is general is kind of like we're pulling from different parts instead of trying to do direct adaptations, which I think is why this is most successful. Because if they were trying to just do direct adaptations of the stories, it might not have...
Yeah.
Now, if they were going to do a series,
I was going to say it was an anthology like show or something. Yeah.
I know they got signed on to do more.
Oh, really?
Stuff. I thought
more like movies, or are they going to do like in a show?
I'm pretty sure another trilogy.
Okay.
I think, but it'd be cool if they just did a series.
Yeah.
Too. Like, you could do, 10-episode series. It'd be easy peasy. Do seasons.
This movie definitely kind of goes through different things where it's kind of like creepy, like investigating what's going on. Things are a little weird, and then it just turns into straight up Friday the 13th, like camp slasher.
That's what I'm saying. Because as soon as they go use the map and go and enter the underground tunnels,
and the two like hippie. Well,
they went to there to rob the drugs because she wasn't there anymore.
And they run into it, but they're like, "Hey, we'll come along."
fucking
Tylenol.
a Tylenol. They're
Yeah.
like, come on,
They're
bro.
like, this is an unlabeled bottle. It's got to be some good shit. He's like, no, it's fucking Tylenol.
We remembered it down in the tunnel. He's like, what is it, man? I don't remember. It sounds familiar. And they just take it. And I'm like, it's fucking Tylenol.
Yeah.
God damn.
But I love is that they get down to this tunnel, and this is where they discover all the they discover fears, all of her stuff, like the rock that has the names on it, all this stuff. But that's when the stoner dude realizes he just Tylenol. He's like, fucking leave me, man. I need to get some fucking weed, man.
Yeah.
he's like so disappointed.
But, meanwhile, Tommy had kind of gone off to the side, and now he's already been zoned out, and like the Ziggy's older sister, I forget her name, is been kind of asking him like, hey, you know, what the fuck? But now he's like seriously just a like zoned out zombie type like.
Yeah,
fucking,
he's kneeling
he looks
down.
like Samantha did in the first one.
Yeah, he's kneeling down, and he's looking pretty fucked up.
And the boyfriend, as he's leaving, Alice's boyfriend, the druggie couple, there's another druggie couple. Eesh.
I know, that's the thing.
But anyway, he's like runs into him. He's saying, I forget, he said something, talked some shit, and then this is probably the best kill in this movie.
Yeah, it was.
Dude,
it was quick. Bam.
It was multiple. They showed it like it was like
as he's talking, and he turns around, and that axe goes right in there, and then
it's like two more slots, and then
over and
when
over.
He turns
again.
around to walk away. They don't just. It's not like it's unfocused. It's like no, focused behind him of just his head that's just been
halfway. Yeah,
dude, that was such good practical effects, man. That was really good, and yeah, what was fucking crazy is he doesn't go after the two girls. He ends up like.
Well, no, he's going after him, but then they cause a collapse in that cave.
Oh, that's right.
And so he's cut off, and they're like, okay, maybe he got taken out, but then they hear him breathing. Well, they're in the part of the cave that they're blocked from the exit. He's not. So he's like, all right, well, I'm just going to come out and find some campers.
And dude, like the rest.
And by the way, he puts on a flannel. Like most of the movies wearing this yellow shirt. He's like the counselor. He puts on the flannel right before they go in the cave. And it's like, yeah, very Jason, like the flannel with the axe. Like he's fitting the profile of the camp killer.
He's
right?
a big dude.
Yeah,
he's like 6'4", 6'5". He's not a small guy. And meanwhile, the camp thing is still going on, and Ziggy's, she's kind of doing her own thing because she had someone come in and terrorize her room, and she's plotting revenge.
Oh yeah,
so
that's
now
right.
we meet the young sheriff from the first movie who killed. Skull Dude.
Yeah.
Mr. Solomon Good, whatever his first name is.
Yeah.
I forget what his name is, but he's the it's him. It's the young version of him, and now you see.
But he's a counselor. Ziggy is not a counselor.
No, but I thought he was. Is he a counselor?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I remember. I didn't remember he was.
That was the whole thing that like they kind of brought up that he really shouldn't be flirting with the the kids.
So they're kind of hanging out and they're helping her plot the revenge of the girls that, or the main girl especially that did that. Like, I mean, they wrote like monster on her wall and like all this really fucking horrible shit.
Yeah,
she's a witch and all this other stuff. Just fucked up her whole bunk.
Yeah. So and she's just like, fuck them. I'm getting revenge.
So her revenge was the girl. She writes a fake letter to the girl to meet her in the bathroom or the outhouse, which I guess is a romantic place to get your fuck on.
Yeah, that is a weird thing. Like,
dude, because she walks in, she's like, "Oh, we could have used my bunk." I'm like, "Who's gonna go fuck in a toilet?" I mean, I get it. I guess there's a whole thing around that. That's where, whatever. But and they set it up to where it's like candles, and it is set. It's set to be a real cool rendezvous. And she goes into the stall that she's guided towards. But really, they carried her because they reference Carrie.
Right.
So the Stephen King reference was awesome. But except it's not blood they use. It's a bucket full of fucking like cockroaches.
Oh, God.
And right in her hair, dude.
Big. I mean, not just cockroaches. It's like beetles. It's like big fucking bugs.
Yeah.
Because they got them from the
insect, the whole like, they have a whole like nature.
Yeah,
like,
nature thing.
Like cabin.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh,
that's
disgusting.
fucked up. That's so fucked up. Because they lock her in too. So she's like trapped, covered and fucking bugs in.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
Nick Good is I'm pretty sure.
Nick Good, yeah. So and it shows her just screaming, and they put a screwdriver in the door so she can't get out.
Yeah, trapped in the shitter covered in bugs.
That's so gross.
That sucks.
That's terrible.
But you did call her a witch, so sorry.
So at the same time,
she burned. I mean, not like she called her a witch. She fucking burned her with a Zippo. All right, so bitch kind of had it coming. All right.
no, she totally had it coming.
Yeah.
Totally did. Now
Like,
at this
I
time,
think she survived.
she did.
Yeah.
Well, at least that part.
All the shitty people I think survived. We never saw her get killed.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at this point, the two girls that are still in the tunnel, Ziggy's older sister and Alice, are trying to find a way out, and the sister recognizes the red moss, and she's thinking the outhouse.
There's a scene right before they find the red moss.
Well, no, that happened. Oh no, that's no.
It's in the process. It's in the process.
They used to be best friends. They have a falling out. Alice goes away.
Cindy is Ziggy's sister. Yeah.
Well, wait, no, they find that pulsating thing first.
That's right, and she touches it,
and she starts seeing shit. So she runs away, and then she trips.
Yeah.
And then when she trips, of course, she breaks her ankle, and there's a giant bone.
And that bone comes right. It is not slightly out. That bitch is fucking like, hanging out.
They're like, here you go.
Yeah, fuck you. Yes. Here you go. Yes, I remember.
Yeah, you remember that? Yeah.
They did close up. They did multi angles of that shit.
They focused away from her and showed the bone.
Yeah. No, it was.
Yeah.
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 Anyhow.
So. Anyway.
And I will say this because Cindy, up to that point, is very timid. Like, they literally joke around, oh my God, did you use a cuss word? But she's talking to Alice after this happens, and as she's talking, she's like, I'm going to confess something to you, and getting Alice to pay attention, and just slams that bone back in the leg. I was like, fuck that noise.
That's so awesome. I actually put my notes for this was like a boner for Hunter.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, man.
So... But at the same time, this is going on. So then, like, they eventually help her. They limp along, and Cindy notices the fucking red moss, and then they realize, okay, it's the outhouse. But at the same time,
she sees a little bit of it, and she goes, wait a second. That means we've got to be close to the camp. Let's follow this tunnel with the red moss. Because the place that would be the shitter.
And meanwhile, while this is happening, we've got fucking Tommy out there just... chopping away at
killing
people.
Nerds, man. Because there's like one kid that's kind of nerdy with the glasses. That kid had it bad.
That wasn't his first kill. He had killed, I don't know, a couple other counselors.
But I'm just saying, when they find the nerd kid, it's his blue shirt just chopped with pieces everywhere.
Yeah.
And the glasses broken. Like the best way to signal, I murdered the shit out of this kid, this nerd kid, is just remnants of a shirt and glasses, and then just gore everywhere.
Just gore everywhere. He kills the douche dude who's fucking the hippie chick first.
No, he doesn't. He kills the hippie chick. He discovers it.
No, but he kills the hippie chick before he kills the...
No, he kills the hippie chick, right?
But I'm saying before the kid with glasses. Like, he's covered in blood when he shows up to kill the kid.
Oh, yeah. But I'm saying douchey dude gets on the bus.
He's driving the bus, yeah.
Yeah, he gets away, goddammit.
He survives.
I was waiting for him to get killed.
Yep, he survives.
Yeah.
Fucker. Nope. Just like, so at the time the sister and Cindy get to the outhouse. By the way, this whole scene's fucking disgusting from here on out.
Yeah, because we realize, pretty much, Ziggy realizes, oh shit, we should probably, now there's a killer, maybe I should let the girl out that I trapped in the outhouse.
Mm-hmm.
At the same time, Cindy and Alice are discovering the red moss tunnel that's right below the outhouse, covered shit and red moss everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and it's just like gross because they're climbing up the shit wall. There's this toilet paper.
They're like, here, let me send the bucket. I know. We find me an alternative. I'm not climbing up walls or shit. I know there's a killer there, but they're actually safer in the shit tunnel than the people in the outhouse.
Yeah. So I mean, basically, they eventually make
there's
it out.
There's some more kids that get killed.
They make it out of the outhouse. Yeah. They make it to the. Well, no, they don't.
Well, they start. No, they're trying to make it out of that house. This is where Halloween 2018 dude that was asking for it.
He gets killed.
But he gets killed in an awesome way because he's literally gets head chopped. Head goes into the shitter part and rolls, and then his body rolls with it in there, which I'm not sure how his whole body fit into the shitter hole. We won't worry about that. It just happened.
No, because barely Sadie Singh's head just barely went through it.
Yeah.
Whatever. So, but anyway, they didn't, because the killer's in there, so they didn't go that route. The killer chases Sadie Sink to the cafeteria. the sister uses another tunnel, and leaves Alice there because Alice is like, no, go. Like, I can't run.
Yeah.
Yada, yada. And this is where the killer gets the sack.
Yeah.
And
that's right, because he goes after Sydney, and she kind of stands up for herself, but she throws the sack on there, and then she stabs the fuck out of him over and over till eventually she kills him. No, well, I guess Ziggy's the first one that puts a sack on.
Ziggy puts a sack on, yeah.
And then Sydney shows up to help out, but both of them, they both fuck him up. All the other kids and the counselors don't do shit. It's Ziggy and her sister that fucking take the fucking dude out.
And all right, so here was an awesome scene, but it was also pretty fucking funny. Cindy finally, she does make it out, but she digs through the shit and finds Sarah Fear's hand.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's been getting visions because she touched whatever that pulsating thing is.
Yeah. It was Alice, I thought, that had the visions.
Alice, sorry, yeah. Alice. Alice had the visions. So she found the hand. So she managed to get herself up to the cafeteria to get herself out.
I don't know how she
but
did that
after she leaves that, you start to see that the other killers are coming out of that pulsating gel thing, whatever.
Yeah, same kind of
CGI bullshit
effects from the first one. Yeah. Again, there's so much like the first one. There's so much really strong practical effects. We just have this kind of groan-inducing CGI that they keep trying to sell us on when these killers get kind of resurrected.
Yeah, and so they thought they killed because they stabbed the fuck out of Sack Killer, and this time, like I said, Alice comes out. She talks about the hand, and she's got to do something good and something right. Well, they didn't know that Sack Dude can't die because he was cursed by Sarah, and he's gonna come back to life. So what happens to her? Axe to the fucking chest.
Yeah. Well, did Sydney or Ziggy get blood on the hand, and that's pretty much like, now you're fucked. Like,
Ziggy got a nosebleed and bled on the...
Yeah. And
the nosebleed's a reoccurring thing with Sarah Fears. And
yeah,
who
but that's kind of the homing signal of, all right, get this bitch. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you nosebleed, just look the other way. Stop tripping blood on the fucking bodies and hands. All the characters, they just had tampons and shoved up their nose. Could still be alive, all right, goddammit?
So, with Alice out of the way, the sister... Because they were talking about they need to go put the hand back
at the hanging tree.
That's
where Sarah Fear, that's where her body is. Mm-hmm. That's where you reunite the hand with the body. The curse goes away.
Except for when they get there, there's no body.
And this is a tense moment, by the way, because now it's not just fucking Sackhead.
It's Ruby Lane. It's the little killer.
Milkman,
it's the milkman.
And they're all slow.
Oh, it's the dude with the guy who did the
gas thing. Yeah.
The gas thing.
But they're all slowly walking towards the hanging tree. And they're digging, and they hit something. They're like, fucking, there we go. And it's a fucking rock. It's almost a fuck you rock, I would say.
It's the fuck you rock.
They go, oh, wait, this is gotta be the body. No, it's a rock. And it's like, the witch lives forever. It almost like, yeah, you're fucked. Yeah, you got the hand.
Somebody already, clearly way back, somebody moved the body.
Yeah. But it's such a fuck you. It wasn't just they didn't find it. They find a rock that has inscribed on there, yeah, you're fucked.
You're fucked.
Hey, if killers are slowly walking towards you, and this was your hope, you're completely fucked. And they are. They're fucked.
I mean, they got the fuck stabbed out of them, dude.
Yeah, well, it's funny, not funny, but it's crazy because Ziggy gets stabbed, and you're like, oh... So the person telling the story has got to be Sydney, the older one.
No, Sydney got an axe to the chest repeatedly.
But then Sydney gets axed over and over and over and over and over and over again. Like, it is just continuous axe to the chest.
Ziggy just got pervy milkman staring at her like, stab, stab, stab.
Yeah,
he's so creepy.
He needs to be fired because he did not complete his... He kind of stabbed like 2 times, was like, I'll let the bitch bleed out.
No, he stabbed her like 6 or 7 times, but it was all on the side.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, Hatchet... not Hatchet. Sackhead, fucking
axe to the fucking chest.
It wasn't once or twice. He kept digging in. He's making some roast beef. All right.
It's almost like if the axe wasn't coming down repeatedly on her chest, like she was getting fucking hammered pretty good.
Yeah.
Like because her body was like clunk, clunk, clunk. Like god damn, dude.
But you get to where they die. Mm-hmm. Then Nick Good shows up and is able to somehow bring Ziggy back. I don't know how mouth-to-mouth resuscitation works with multiple stab wounds, but it did. Power of love, maybe?
Was it a Huey Lewis moment?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can't figure out is she died. And he, like, you know, brings her back, but I don't know how you do that. She's bleeding out, but somehow she's not dead.
I don't know.
But then Nick's an asshole because she's like, dude.
You'll believe me, please.
Come on, man. You saw all the shit that went down. Like, oh, yeah, no, just Tommy went crazy and killed people. Just like, and she's like, fuck you.
So that kind of takes us back to the present day in 94. And you're like, oh, fuck, we gotta go find the hand. It's by the hanging tree. So, okay.
Where's the camp now? I said, and where's the hanging tree? Where's that camp? What happened to the camp?
Oh, they built them all over top of it.
Fucking mall.
So, hold on. Who the fuck builds a mall around a tree and the land and the ground stays so not disturbed that there's a hand two, maybe not. No, I'm sorry.
So we'll say
like
2
6
feet.
inches.
We'll give them,
dude.
We'll give them 2 feet. I'll give them 2 feet. They got some good digging in.
That was ridiculous.
Back in the 70s, but still, for the most part, that hand shouldn't be there. But it is. It continues the storyline. They go to the mall, dig the fucking hand out, and now let's reunite the hand with the body. Continuation and part 3.
Yeah, because like Dina, I think it's just Dina made it to the.
Yeah, because we get back to Dina. She's like, all right, her and her brother get the hand, and then she's like, stay in the fucking car, takes the hand, drops it on the body, and then.
Yeah, because that's the reason. That's how Samantha got possessed, was because where she bled on the ground was actually where the body got moved to. So they knew where the body was.
Yep.
So so Dina does that, puts the hand with the body, and then she gets visions of Sarah, and then she actually gets transported back to 1666 and is reliving Sarah Fear's final days.
Yeah.
To be continued, part 3. So this sequel, again, the Past Chopping Block, I enjoyed it. This is my second time watching it.
Yeah, had a lot of kills. Very early Friday the 13th, reminiscent. I mean, like, the main killer, Tommy, has
with the addition of a story that fucking matters.
Has a lot of, I would say, Jason from part 2 kind of moments.
But with with a story that actually, I actually want to, as they uncover stuff, it's okay. Like, it's interesting. It's not like they tried to add a story to a slasher film that just is fucking stupid.
And there's some fuck you moments of gross, like, you know, being in a tunnel of shit and broken bones. I didn't mention the fucking snake thing where Ziggy mentions randomly how she hates snakes, and then Tommy's, as he's slowly walking, breaks a glass case with a snake and fucking slithering all over fucking Ziggy. So yeah, there's a lot of like really good suspense moments on top of it just being,
I don't know,
a camp killer movie.
That tree thing back in 94 irked me though.
Yeah,
really? What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like it wasn't, dude, there was not even 2 feet. They literally went like a dog could have undug it. Like
yeah, it's like they use their keys. Like, oh good, I'm glad I have keys that can dig this very shallow. And then you're like, so what, nobody else would have found this?
Not to mention it was right by the corner where they have a perfectly mall like frame.
Yeah.
The same tile that is on the mall floor.
I do want to throw this out real quick, by the way. Just as in 94, really thought strong music choices. They played Don't Feel the Reaper. They played Carry On, Wayward Son, like a couple times.
Right at the beginning. And when they turned the music on to hide her sound when he was...
Cherry Bomb.
That was how the end of the movie.
Well,
it was a Cherry Bomb.
Remember, though, Alice and her boyfriend, they're fucking a Cherry Bomb.
Yeah.
Because that's how you know she's kind of fucking like, you know, the rebel.
But I mean, the credits was Cherry Bomb too, so that was cool. Yeah.
But so again, just like 94, I really like the music.
There's a couple other songs I feel like I'm missing, but yeah.
Yeah. So that was really solid. I'm looking forward to what's the next one, 1666.
Yeah, 1666.
And all the relevant music of that time period. Yeah, I don't think they do that.
Don't have much of a soundtrack. In 1666. But no, again, they really made a period piece from 78 in this.
It's just fun, man. Like,
it was just fun movie.
And again,
to watch.
They don't hold back. They kill fucking kids left and right.
Yeah, they killed a lot of kids in this.
Yeah.
One. Yeah. Because there's another scene where there was like 3 in one.
Again, 10-year-olds, blims everywhere afterwards. Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
All right, stay tuned for part 3.
Ooh.
Yeah. And till then, embrace the madness.
us at GUIpodcast.com.
Mike the Hobbit here,
Lowdown Brown.
inviting you to check out Geeks Under the Influence, a podcast that pairs booze with conversation with good friends.
And a little nerd culture.
We get a lot of colorful conversation out of our episodes, but it is here for everyone, no gatekeeping.
Always level up everything we do.
We'll punch up, never punch down.
Exactly.
So check out Geeks Under the Influence everywhere you get your podcasts and join us or die.
Shut the fuck up, Hobbit. Welcome to GUI Nights.
GUI Nights.
Yeah, I am Lowdown Brown. With me as always,
Mike the Hobbit.
this is the tangential side of GUI.
This is like so many of those other shows that has the after the show bit mixed with a little bit of Baywatch night, so it's a little sexier. It's a little bit after hours.
Also while tying it into the previous episode of GUI. So look forward to that too, because this comes out the week after the flagship hour-long episode.
So make sure to check out GUI Nights, and when you're done, you can...
Go the fuck home.
Hey guys, Scotty P here with Smash on your left. And we are the Geek Fathers. That's right, bringing all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent.
So welcome to our world.
And as always, join us
Or cry.
In a world with too many reboots and remakes,
Two men will stop at nothing to make it even worse.
join Mike the Hobbit and Tandy as they play by their own rules while pitching new takes on some of your favorite and least favorite films and TV shows. What podcast would dare to bring this upon the world?
This is Smack My Pitch Up.
Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.
My name is Amy Bogard,
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
and we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as, what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIpodcast.com.
In a world of blockbuster movies, there's another dimension.
The dimension of schlock cinema. Join us at Beautiful Disasters on a journey into the fringe territory of B-movie abandon.
We review the flicks that are forgotten or underappreciated to give them a proper place in the annals of celluloid history.
I'm the Groots,
FU Hunter.
your guides at Beautiful Disasters. Come along with us for a fun ride. May
May the schlock be with you.